So I sent the kids to the course. They didn't want to go the first day. And then when I picked them up at the end of the first day, they were like, oh my God, this was amazing. This was so much fun. We're going to be helping out tomorrow too. It's going to be great. Oh God. And then the next morning, Sunday morning, they wake me up at 6 o'clock and they say, let's go, 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 go. I'm like, it's 6 o'clock. Wait a minute. No, we're helping. We got to be there early. And I'm like, okay. When I asked him, why would you give up your medical practice to teach this course? He says, because the Silva Method, I can help thousands of people. But as a doctor, I can only help one person at a time. A manifestation really means I want something that I don't have right now. I want something different, or I want something bigger, or I want something faster, whatever. Meditation is your grounding. Meditation is the centering. Meditation is your way to feel that peace, that joy, and that will help you connect with your intuition, which is the direct connection with source, with higher intelligence. It is the one that is telling you what you need to do.
So let me take the pleasure to introduce you one of our most famous, I'd say, and most experienced Silva certified instructor, Stefan Dobos. He is the certified instructor from Canada, and the thing that I learned about him from his bio in silvamethod.ca. I believe this is your site, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll put the description every links that about his site and his YouTube channel, amazing YouTube channel. I'll talk about this as well later. So I read his bio from his website, and from that I have learned an amazing thing that his aim is to touch lives of 1 billion people so that they can enjoy the life like in full, and so that they can enjoy the abundance of the life with peace, ease, and everything, just by using Silva Method. And we will discuss more about this Stefan in our conversation, definitely. So and I must say you have an amazing thought. Like I just read it and I fell in more love with your concepts and ideas with this. So welcome Stefan, welcome to our podcast series.
Thank you very much for having me. It's
And
my pleasure and my honor.
yeah, also, like I want to include one more thing, that I was talking about his YouTube channel. So I'm a Silva graduate, and also like I have done courses a few times, and but in my initial days, when I started learning Silva Method, whatever questions I am having in a theoretical basis, I got a clear answer from his YouTube channel. So must recommended, highly recommended. You just name it a problem and you will find the solution from your his YouTube channel. So I'll put in the description every links. So Stefan, how are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so before we start, though our today's discussion is quite amazing, I believe. So before we start, I want to hear from you your story, how how Silva Method has grown interest within you, so that you have like chosen the path to become the instructor, to teach this amazing thing to so many people. How Silva Method has started, like has changed your life as well. Please, we can start with this.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Uh, we have to go further back in time, right? When I was a kid, probably around 12, 13 years old, I started to write a journal. And
Okay.
in that journal, my questions until then kept coming up is that there's like this common collective consciousness where I'm getting this information from. Okay, so this was my childhood insight. And ever since then, I was looking for that common collective consciousness, which I can connect with. And I was, raised as a Roman Catholic, and we went to church, but for something didn't really work for me. It wasn't really it didn't seem to help or solve the problems or give me the answers I was looking for. So I kept searching, and lots of self-help books and all kinds of things that I was going through. And for I lived for 21 years in Budapest in Hungary, and the Silva method there was extremely popular. So I think about probably 5% of the population of Hungary probably has taken the Silva method. It was something that was very well known. And I was a little hesitant, but I heard good things about it. So I sent my children, my, I think, 11-year-old and 9-year-old, to go to the Silva method. And this was my way of testing the waters. I was like, I'm not sure what this is about, but let's see if it's probably good for the kids. So I sent the kids to the course. They didn't want to go the first day. And then when I picked them up at the end of the first day, they were like, oh my God, this was amazing. This was so much fun. We're going to be helping out tomorrow too. It's going to be great. Oh God. And then the next morning, Sunday morning, they wake me up at 6 o'clock and they say, let's go, 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 go. I'm like, it's 6 o'clock. Wait a minute. No, 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 we're helping. We got to be there early. And I'm like, okay. So that opened up my eyes that there's something here that's really, really cool. So I then took the course, and I had the honor of being taught by Laszlo Domjan. He was a medical doctor who gave up his medical practice to teach the Silva method.
Oh,
And
wow.
when I asked him, why would you give up your medical practice to teach this course? He says, because the Silva method, I can help thousands of people, but as a doctor, I can only help one person at a time. So that was very insightful for me. And I asked him how to be an instructor, and then I followed through the process, and then I became an instructor. And when I moved to Canada, I started to teach the Silva method in English and in Hungarian. And what is most important of that is the Silva method. It's not something I teach for money, right? Of course, I earn money and all those things, but it's something that inside for me is like absolutely my purpose. It's absolutely something that just is a lot of fun to do, and I could do it 80 hours a week. I won't get tired. I'll enjoy it, and I'll be able to connect with people all the time. But most
Wow.
importantly is what you see in my signature there. It says Silva Method Scientist. Is I test it every day, and I test the techniques. I keep checking to see if it works. Does it really work? How is it working? And I stay inside of the question. I wonder. I wonder how this is going to turn out. I wonder. So that is absolutely necessary to maintain the enjoyment and the play out of the program, because there is so much, as you probably experienced, there's so much to learn in the Silva method that it might even seem uh, overwhelming, right, when you take the course. But then as you start to practice and you start putting those techniques into practice, you start realizing, holy cow, this is working. This is so cool. And that's where I like to stay, in that place of, wow, let's see how this works. Let's see how this works. I wonder how this works. And that is
Yeah.
what is the Silva method is about, is really opening up our awareness to, let's see, let's try, let's want, but let's not limit the outcome.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this definitely Silva method is quite interesting and different from all other meditation, cause like here we don't only learn meditation. I believe we learn how to manifest, how to visualize, how to use memory pegs, how to do mental house cleaning. Once like we have like solution for every problems, whatever we have in our lives, we will get solution for every problem using Silva methods and its tools and techniques. So definitely it's a like a very powerful technique, I believe. So people should definitely check out these things. Okay, so Stefan, let's start with our discussion. Like today we are going to discuss how to manifest to win lottery or win prizes. Wow. It's amazing, it's amazing, so when we search about the things like how to manifest to win lottery or something like that in Google, I found three terms related to this: manifestation, law of attraction, and law of abundance. So let's start discussing these three things first, before we proceed how to use these three things to win lottery, or how, or which one of these three we can use to win lottery. So let's start with the discussion, what is the difference, or what is the key difference between these three terms: manifestation, law of attraction, and law of abundance?
Well, these three things are different sides of the same thing. Okay. Um, whether it's law of attraction, manifestation, law of abundance, we're looking at the same law, the same scientific law from different perspectives. Okay. And one of the things I'd like to let the viewers know is that often you read about these different aspects. All of these different aspects are taught in the Silva method as a complete system, whereas in other programs these are separated as little independent systems. So I want that to be clear, that the law of attraction, the abundance, and manifestation are all the same thing, but different perspectives of the same thing. Why are they the same thing? Well, because it's based on the same principle. The same principle is that there is a higher intelligence, there's a system, a structure that exists in the world, okay, which from God or from the higher intelligence or from whatever scientific thinking that you have. And that, if understood, you can use it to attract, to create, to manifest whatever it is that you desire in your life. And when we say whatever it is that you desire in your life, it's exactly that, whatever you want. If you want to manifest being on a podcast, as I have currently, then I can do that. If you want to manifest a new romantic relationship in your life, you can do that. And if you want to manifest $1 million, or you want to manifest a prize for traveling around the world, or whatever contest you want to enter, you can manifest that. But the principles are the same. So let's start with abundance, because abundance is something that people think about. If you think about the world, right, and you look around, how much oxygen is there? Is there enough oxygen for everybody? Yes. Is there enough water for everybody? Yes.
As
Is
of
there
now,
enough?
yes, but yeah, there are some shortages coming, right?
Right? If you look at everything in the world, there is enough. There's not enough, there's more than enough.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you begin to focus your attention, so concentrate, just look, pay attention to the things that are around you every moment, then you will discover for yourself that yes, oh, there is enough. Actually, look at all that. Look at all the people, right? When I was in India, then I became aware that there is an abundance of people in the world, right? There's people everywhere, right? When I go up north in Canada, then I become aware that there's an abundance of trees. There's an abundance of wildlife, animals, moose, rabbits, birds, fish, okay? When I'm in the middle of the ocean on a cruise ship, then there's an abundance of water. So there is an abundance. And that's the first step, is to become aware or accept that there is enough. There is enough money for me. There's enough money for me to win $1 million, and I'm not taking it away from anybody. Okay? If I get something, if I have luck, if I am successful in my life, it doesn't mean that I'm taking it away from somebody else. Okay? I think they refer to this as the zero-sum game. It's not a fixed amount. There's plenty. Okay, so this is the first thing to look at. The second thing to think about is, how do things happen? right? How do things in your life happen? Well, they happen by focusing on them. If you focus on a job, or you focus on making friends, or you focus on a sport, or you focus on cooking, whatever it is in your life that's interesting to you, and you spend time doing it, practicing it, you end up getting more of it,
Okay.
right? So if you're a really good cook, okay, you're going to have a lot of people coming to your house saying, "Oh, wow, this is great. Yeah, can you make me something? Can you make me something?" Right? But in order to do that, you need to share it with people. You need to say, "Hey, look, I cooked this. Do you want to try it?" "Yeah, I'll try that." Or you need to invite people in. Okay, so this is the, in one way, the law of attraction. Through something that is very interesting to you and that you spend time on, you will attract more of that which you're doing and that you're interested in. You are
Okay.
focusing your attention, right, on those things. And then the third part is the manifestation. The manifestation really means I want something that I don't have right now. I want something different, or I want something bigger, or I want something faster, whatever. But the part of manifestation is that the first rule of manifestation is you need to accept that there's an abundance. So we go back to one, is abundance is there's plenty. There's
Okay.
enough for everybody. Okay. And when you become present to that yes, I do, there is enough for everybody, then in manifestation, you also need to appreciate what you already have. So
Okay.
to get more of anything, you need to appreciate what little or lot you have of that already. So it is a cycle in many ways. I appreciate that I have um, you here with me right now doing this podcast so that I can share my experience using the Silva method, and hopefully will help other people to practice the Silva method, learn the Silva method, and then share their experience with other people. And in time, those people will share it with others, and then we will reach 1 billion people. But right now, I need to appreciate that right now, whatever I'm doing regarding the Silva method is enough and it's good. So I appreciate every single student that comes to the class. I appreciate the 7 instructor candidates that are currently learning to become instructors in Canada. I appreciate your really um, positive remarks about my YouTube channel, and the senses that I have this. There is a benefit. People are getting something out of the channel. Um, and I appreciate that there are instructors around the world who will be sharing their opinions and their experiences, because each person will be inspired by a different type of experience, a different type of story, a different connection. And every single one of these people is necessary. And when I have my, and when I am present to abundance, and I'm clear about how the law of attraction works, and I appreciate the things in my life, and I spend time focusing on attracting more of that, that's when the manifestation begins.
So all are interrelated. All these three are interrelated.
Yes, they're
Okay.
all interrelated. They're different aspects of that process.
Okay. And which one particularly from these three we should use to win lottery?
All of them.
All
All
those
of them.
three. Okay, okay. So, is there any sequence that, like, first we should use law of abundance, then manifestation, then law of attraction? Is there any sequence, or we need to use all these three all together?
The sequence is to begin to appreciate. However, it's not always easy for people to start with that. What I say, and what the way I teach the program is to have fun. and to do the thing that's easy first. Because when you do the thing that's easy, the part that
Mhm.
comes easily to you, then what are you going to do? You're going to do it more, right? And the more you do it, the more you feel the result. And then the more you feel the result, what are you going to do? You're going to get excited, and then you're going to do it more. And then you're going to try other things. So the
Yeah.
first step is, either focus on appreciation or focus on just being present and looking around and seeing the abundance that exists, right? Begin with one of these things that these aspects which seem to be easy to you.
Okay.
Okay. If none of them are easy, then start to read or look at videos which are telling you nice things, which are supporting you, positive affirmations, videos which are sharing positive thoughts. Look at animals or look at wildlife videos. Go out in nature and start to just look around and feel how you feel. Because the first thing to do in manifestation is to improve the emotions that you have. You must improve how you feel.
Yeah.
You can only get good from good feeling emotions.
Okay. Okay. And which Silva method technique helps us to, go in much depth level or deeper level of manifestation, law of attraction, and law of abundance?
Well, the first thing to do is meditate. And Jose Silva's system is exceptionally simple. And the meditation is to it's a very simple and easy to learn technique that will take you to relaxation, to the state of meditation, to the state of alpha. And in that
Yeah.
state, you automatically feel the peace. You feel the peace of the higher intelligence around you. You feel the peace of the beauty of the world. And that's the first place you want to go. Absolutely essential, because stress is something we all have and we're dealing with. And as Jose Silva reminds us, that we need to reduce the resistance to the things around us that we want. And the way you
Mhm.
do that is meditate. Whether it's using the Jose Silva system or the Silva method, or whether it's mindfulness meditation, which is really a being present to what is taking place.
Yeah.
And any meditation technique will help you to feel that peace.
Okay. 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 Perfect. So, so that we learned is like to win lottery, the first step should be practice mindfulness or practice meditation, any kind of meditation, whatever like makes a person more calm and relaxed, so that the person can control of has like control over his thought processes, or has control over everything, so that he can start you know uh, showing the gratitudes, and then manifest the proper goal, and attract the things that he actually looking for. So I believe this is the then first step to win lottery. Okay. So what's next, Davos? What the next thing that people should do?
The next thing you should do is one of the techniques we teach in the Silva method is called the mental house cleaning. So you want to get clear of the thoughts that are keeping you from winning something. Okay? For instance, Debelina, if I ask you, are you a lucky person? What will you say?
Yes, definitely.
You feel lucky. Okay. The majority of people will say, no, I'm not lucky. Okay, so let's start thinking lucky. In order to have that manifest in your life, you need to believe that you're going to get it. So, the mental house cleaning technique, that is, getting clear of some of the negative thoughts that are limiting you, erasing them, canceling them from your mind, and then replacing them with better feeling, positive thoughts in the direction that you want to go, will support you in creating that positive thought pattern.
Okay, 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 perfect. So the next step is mental house cleaning to to do the to like bring the positive thought patterns in our mind. So Stephen, is the same thing that we can use to win other prizes as well, like not only lottery but also like the racetrack baits and all other things as well? Can we use the same process?
Absolutely. It's the same process, whether you want to win money, whether you want to have a new relationship, whether you want to manifest a job, a different job, and a house, and so forth.
Okay, okay. So, like, one more question that I'm having is like, for example, for a single lottery, okay, I'm also manifesting and following the Silva method techniques and everything, whatever like we will learn in throughout this conversation. And for the same particular lottery, some other people is also doing the same things. They are also manifesting. They are also they are also showing their gratitudes. They are also doing the mental housekeeping. They're also like bringing more and more positive energies into their lives. So how we can like ensure them that yeah, we are only going to get this lottery? I know this is a bit silly question, but this thing is I am getting this in my mind, so thought of
Yeah, no,
asking.
that's absolutely. It's the perfect question, right? Because it comes to the point of, well, now I have. When you're thinking that, oh, other people are doing it, so there's not enough for me, then I've
Hmm.
lost my step one, which is abundance.
Okay,
So you want
got
to
it.
stay inside. There is enough. There are so many lotteries out there. Like if you really look at the world, there are so many lotteries. If that's what you want to do, okay, there are so many
Hmm.
prizes. So one of the women who is an instructor is an instructor candidate with in Canada. She is the one who is taking over Helene Hatzel's um, books. So she's going to be publishing Helene Hatzel's books. Helene Hatzel was the contest queen. She was the woman that Jose Silva worked with, who was manifesting. Basically, she won prizes all her life. Okay,
Yes.
and she taught other people to do that. And Carolyn Willman, who is here in Canada, she does the same thing, but she does it on the Canadian level. And she has won, and I don't remember, but 38 different prizes. She's won something like, I don't know, 15 trips. She's won numerous things. And her attitude, just after one of the last Silva courses she was on, is she said she went home, she read a book about winning a cruise. She goes, I've never been on a cruise. Oh, that's really interesting. I think I'm going to win a cruise now. And then the next day, she receives a telephone call from a friend of hers who says, hey, guess what? I just want a cruise and my husband doesn't want to go with me. Her friend calls her up and says, hey, Carolyn, guess what? I just want a cruise and my husband doesn't want to go with me. He doesn't have time now. So do you want to come? What do you think she
Wow.
said? Of course.
That's great. Yeah.
So,
So this is the first time that she started getting the law of attraction or manifestation works for her.
no, she's been winning prizes all her life. This
Oh
is this is
wow.
this is her hobby, winning
Oh
prizes.
wow, that's great. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and also like for Helen Hadsel, we have an amazing audio like vlog that we have published in Silva International site. So I'll put the link of this
Mm,
as well in the description box so that people can go and check it out. It's in Silva Method official YouTube channel. So yeah, it's she is an interesting
mm,
person. I have read her story and it's quite amazing and interesting. Okay. So, Stephen, the next question that I was thinking is like, somehow I have seen in my life that a very known person of mine, he was, playing the things in his like spare time. And he is like winning lotteries, not a huge amount, but small amounts. But he was winning lotteries. Okay, he was doing some number research, some kind of things, and then he was doing or getting the lotteries. But this thing from hobby, it like it became a addiction to him,
mhm.
right? So it he got addicted. He got like addicted in a much bad way. I'll say that he went into debt. So how we can avoid these things? Like, first question of mine is like, in this context is like, when people will understand that this hobby or this, enjoyment kind of thing is going into bad habit, what are the, means, what are the things, or what are the symptoms people will, from which people will understand that, yeah, no, I need to control myself, or I need to put a break on these things, as this is going to a bad habit.
So anything anything that we do, whether it's winning the lottery, which or practicing to win the lottery, which is what it's a it can be called a form of gambling, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's sports betting or whether it's poker or casino, these are all easily these are behaviors which become burned into the brain as habits, right? And what we are doing is we're trying to generate, right, positive feeling emotions by winning those lotteries, right? We're trying to feel that joy, that success, that worth, the appreciation through receiving the benefits of, let's say, a lottery or money or a new car or so forth. So meditate. Meditation is your grounding. Meditation is the centering. Meditation is your way to feel that peace, that joy, and that will help you connect with your intuition, which is the direct connection with source, with higher intelligence. It is the one that is telling you what you need to do. Some people, the lottery might be the way to go, but for most of us, it's not. For most of us, it's, do something else that's valuable in our life. And winning the lottery or any prizes is a job. It requires regular attention. Okay. The people who win the most money in lotteries or prizes are people who are doing a structured approach to it. And Carolyn Willman and Helene Hadzel will say as well. And if you read her book, it basically says, she had a log of the entries she was making. She wouldn't just send in one entry, she'd send in hundreds of entries. She would
Yes.
tune in, she would practice regularly, she would feel this allowing. She would allow. One of the things that we talk about in the Silva method is that ability to expect, which we use as the word, but I use the word allow. Let it come in. Most people have the approach of, I'm going to try really hard. But the moment you do that, you're tensing all over the muscles and the resistance increases. And when the
Yeah.
resistance increases, you don't get it.
Mm.
If we look at our lives, look at the things that you get in your life. When do they happen? The things that you really want, when do they happen? And people say, when I'm not expecting it. Because what have you done? You've put it into the back of your mind. You've said, yeah, this is something I want. This is going to be really good. However, let's see what happens. I wonder. Let's see what happens. And by doing that, you leave it open. You leave it open for something better to happen. 𝐭𝐲𝐶 says, every time you want something, you desire something, end it with, when you're focusing on it, end it with this or something better. Because immediately it separates you from that really hard, closed, wanting from a place of lack.
Yes. So that means that if we want to not make any habit into a bad habit, we should always be grounded. We should always enjoy the process, not that, putting that extra effort. Rather than putting the extra effort, we should practice. We should enjoy the practice. We should enjoy the process. We should go with the flow, so that the positive things, or the positive energies and help from the higher intelligence will automatically come towards us, so that we can get the things easily, right? So the next question, higher intelligence, is the higher intelligence actually helps us to achieve everything that we want, or we are planning, or we are like aiming to have? Or is the higher intelligence is actually helping us to win lottery?
The higher intelligence will guide you to your purpose. The higher intelligence will remind you of what is best for you and others. The higher intelligence, your intuition, will guide you to taking actions which are necessary or helpful for you to um, get your goals, achieve your goals.
Okay.
And sometimes your higher intelligence will say no, right? It'll say, don't do that. Winning the lottery is not for you. There's a wonderful uh, um, uh, there's a wonderful story by Gabriela Domoko. She is a master Silva practitioner who took the course when she was 15 years old, and she practiced regularly. And as she practiced, she had all these successes in her life, and she was just enjoying them and playing and having fun with it. And one day, somebody says, "Hey, can you find me? Find what those next winning lottery numbers are." So she went into her laboratory in her meditation, and she asked for the lottery numbers, and she got the answer. And she also received a message. She says, "This is not your purpose." And
Okay.
she played the lottery numbers just out of curiosity. There were 5 numbers, so she won a little money. And through that approach, she understood that, okay, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
And she accepted that. So the intuition doesn't always do what we want it to do, right? The intuition is what is best for us. And the Silva method is not about forcing, right? It's not about a war. It's not about a fight against something. It's about attuning ourselves with what is the best for humanity, how we can help ourselves and others. And you may not want to follow that, and that's okay. You can go do something else. But sooner or later, you will come back and you will say, wait a minute, I still am missing something in my life. And the true benefit in your life will come through the support and service to other people while also benefiting yourself.
Okay. Okay. So is intuition and higher intelligence are the same thing?
Yes,
Okay, so it's something, the gut feeling, I'd say in simple words, that we have in our like inside us whenever we will have some situation that we should do or we shouldn't. There is always a gut feeling that we have. Not always, but maximum time we have the gut feeling that yeah, we should go to path A rather than going to path B, though all the logics are going to path B only. But yeah, we should have that faith at that time, that we should trust our intuition, our guidance from in like higher intelligence, and go to the path A, right?
exactly. And the um, so Steve Jobs had one book on his iPad,
Mm.
right? We probably heard this story. It was the book called Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, who was
Yes.
a God realized guru who came to America and started the Self Realization Fellowship. And what Yogananda says about intuition is truth of the soul communicating to you.
Okay.
So intuition is the truth of the soul communicating to you through higher intelligence, through source, through God, if you prefer. And
Okay.
that is, as we are all connected human beings in this world, we're all in this um, uh, common, connected consciousness that exists. We are downloading the information that's most relevant to us as an actor in this life, and what is it, and how can we benefit others and ourselves the best. So when we listen to our intuition and we follow it, because listening to it is one thing, but following it is another thing, right? We start to move along this path that begins to accelerate, and all of a sudden, more and more things start to show up in our lives. There is this, there is this, like you're on almost like on a roller coaster, but you get more and more good aligned with what it is that you want. And I was just
Okay.
speaking with one of the instructor candidates this morning on our monthly coaching calls, and she was saying, one of the requirements is that you practice and journal everything as an instructor as you're doing your regular meditations twice a day and expanding those meditations. And she says, since I've been doing this regularly and journaling and doing this for several months now, she goes, so many things are happening. Like all these experiences are showing up. I'm getting calls out of the blue to do something that I've always wanted to do, but have never been able to do because whatever reason. I'm getting calls from friends that I haven't been in touch with for 20 years and so forth. So your life will accelerate when you follow your intuition. Your life will accelerate, and you'll get all types of new experiences, both good, and you'll get challenging ones as well, because your intuition isn't there to make it easy for you. Your intuition is there to give you what you need.
Yes, yes, definitely. And also, like, I want to know the difference between manifestation and when the things going into obsession. Like, what is the difference between these two, manifestation and obsession? If, for example, I want to have my dream house, okay, dream home, and I manifest for this, and also, like, I am quite obsessed in getting a new home, a dream home, I'd rather say. So, what is the difference between these two, or which one will actually help me to get my desired outcome or my dream home? Manifestation or obsession?
So obsession, right, is something that is it's a closing, right? It's like um, am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so an obsession is like a habit. It's like a gambling habit. It ends up closing, it creating resistance to the things that you want. It's a form of greed. It's a form of
Mhm.
forcing myself through, right? I have to
Okay.
get it no matter
Yes.
what, right?
Mhm. Yeah. True.
So that you can still manifest, right? There are many people around the world who have, gone to war in order to get what they want. Okay.
Okay.
The,
And
the
how to
question,
manifest it this time? Like when my mind is not stable, I'm obsessed with something, and my mind is always in a race to, get the things fast, fast, fast in my life. So, how I can, control my thought patterns at this time when my mind is not in a place to take rest or, to surrender? How I can control my, thoughts at that moment?
meditate.
Okay. So only one answer: meditation. Meditate. We should meditate. We should follow the meditations, and we will get the answers, right?
Yeah. So, the example sometimes I use is if you're cooking, okay, you're going to cook something. Let's say you're going to
Mm.
cook a spicy vindaloo. Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Now, you can make a vindaloo, right? Let's say you're going to make it with, vegetable vindaloo, and you're going to put the vegetables in. But if you don't put the fat, you don't put the spices in
Mm.
before you put in the vegetables, it doesn't, you're not going to get the proper flavoring. You're not going to get the proper dish,
Yes.
right? Or like
Mm.
making a soup. Every
Yeah.
soup requires water. Every soup requires the broth in order for the soup to become a soup.
Yeah.
Meditation is the water. Meditation is the broth of the soup that is necessary to create the outcome that you desire. Because Jose Silva discovered in his research, right, and he observed this in his radio repair business is that when there's lower resistance, more energy can flow through. When there is lower resistance in the transistor, more energies can flow through. So the less resistance I have here, right, in my mind, the less resistance I have in my body, and the less resistance I have, the more it's able to show up. Then it comes to me. Okay? And that's what we need to do is we need to, it's like somebody comes to your house, you invite them over for dinner, you're making them a nice dinner, and they come over to your house and they bring you a gift, chocolate, let's say. And you're saying, no, I'm on a diet. And you push the chocolate away. Okay? Now, then the next time you invite them over, they say, okay, she doesn't like chocolate, so I'll bring her flowers. So he brings you flowers this time. And then you say, no, I'm allergic to flowers. So then he doesn't bring the flowers. And sooner or later, next time he shows up, he's not going to bring anything. So instead of pushing away what is coming, we want to be open to it and say, oh, chocolates, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate the ability for you to do that and the time that you took to actually choose these chocolates for me. Thank you very much. And that's it. And when that approach, that attitude is existing, then you will start to receive what it is that you want in your life. But if you say, I don't want it this way, I don't want it that way, I want it specifically this way, you may get it, and you will get it. When I was in early practicing the Silva techniques, there was a job that I wanted. I was really wanted a job, really wanted a job. So I started to manifest and visualize and practice the mirror of the mind. And I was visualizing all the physical aspects of the job. I imagined myself walking upstairs. I imagined myself going into an office building which had orange juice as I walked in. So I would get some orange juice. I would go to my desk. There was hardwood flooring in the office. I imagined the boardroom and where it looked out to and all these different things. And then I manifested and kept focusing and kept pushing myself through that. And then I got the job and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And it was the worst job I ever had. The environment sucked. The way that the people were working, the system, the boss, it was not aligned with me. However, every physical aspect that I imagined was there.
Okay.
So that job was, for me, in many ways, an awakening to, wait a minute, it's not about the physical stuff, right? It is about the feelings, what I'm feeling inside. As in I'm feeling that inside, I will accomplish or get what I want. You know, and to give the stages of manifestation is to understand that there's several steps that we're going to go through that we're going to get clear about, and we'll start to observe that we are getting closer to what we want. First of all, you got to have better feeling emotions. That's step one, right? That comes from appreciation. It comes from meditation. It comes from mindfulness, the better feeling emotions. Then you do the mental house cleaning and you start getting better feeling thoughts. Your thoughts start aligning to those better feeling emotions, okay? Then you start noticing nature. You start noticing the butterflies, the flowers. You start noticing animals. You start noticing nature more. And most of us aren't noticing nature because we have all this resistance. We're not relaxed. So when you're noticing nature more and you're noticing the butterflies, you're noticing the birds, you hear the birds singing and so forth, then you're getting closer to the manifestation of your outcome. After that, you start to notice that they're helpful people in situations that show up. All of a sudden, somebody gives you a call. Hey, I'd like you to do this. Oh, wonderful. Oh, hey, I want you to come to, do a podcast with me. Oh, excellent, right? And then the fifth or the last stage is when the manifestation shows up. So you want to stay open and aware that these things are happening. And the way to do that is meditate, reduce the resistance, center yourself, ground yourself. And every time you ask, every time you think of the thing that you want, always keep it open. that this or something better. Because when you keep it open, you will get something better. Because what you believe that you want is really just a little part of what you can actually get. So why limit it?
Yeah, true. So Stefan, one more thing that before we go to our rapid fire questions that we
Mm,
have prepared for you. So before we go to this rapid fire questions, I want you to ask, or to just at least 5 points, or the five main factors that someone should follow if they are watching our video and then they are planning to book a lottery ticket. So what will be the 5 steps that they should follow?
Okay, so start feeling better, number one. Okay, you want to start feeling better about yourself, about the things that are around you. So your emotions start to improve. You're appreciating things that are around you. Okay. Number two, appreciate if you're appreciate things around you. Number two, you want to get clear of the thoughts that you have around winning, about being lucky, about winning the lottery, for instance. What is that number? Let's say if it's the lottery, what number do you believe you can win? Is it $100? Is it $1,000? Is it $1,000,000? And you will know by how you feel. So when you think of $1,000, does that still feel light and easy? Okay, then you can win $1,000, and that means your beliefs are aligned with the $1,000. So you want to align your beliefs. You want to get clear of where your beliefs are, your thoughts are about your luckiness to win the lottery, and in how much money. Okay. Number three, you want to have a system. So you want to create a system and practice it regularly. For instance, if your system is listening to your intuition before, or meditating before you get into choosing numbers, okay, then do that, and every single time. Number four, right? Keep track of what you're doing. Okay, you need to have a tracking system because you're going to be winning bit by bit. You might win $1, you might win $2, you might win a free ticket. You want to keep track of it because tracking it will remind you of the successes that you're having. For instance, when I was doing it for my video, I said, okay, so in order for me to do a video about winning the lottery, what I need to do is I need to buy lottery tickets and follow the system that I've learned, right, from Carolyn and from others, and do that for a month. So I did it for a month, and I bought tickets, and I bought a ticket every day, and I followed the same system. And I was winning, I don't know, something like 75% of the time. So 75% of my tickets were winning. A lot of those tickets were $10 and, free play. And then at the end of it, I calculated, I said, how much money did I put into the lottery? Okay. And how much money did I get back? So it was like, I don't know, there was like a $50 or $60 difference. So I ended up spending $50 or $60 more than I won. Okay. So it will give you a measure as to where you stand. Okay. And number five, you want to make sure you allow yourself to have something better, this or something better. Remind yourself that this or something better, because you may win. Somebody may come over and say, look, I have a house available that I want to sell for $1. Do you want it? Yeah, right. You want to be open to something better, because often when we want money, it's not the money that we really want. Right? There is something that we want to use that money for, and that can show up in a different way. So be aware that this or something better, whatever you're desiring, allow yourself to get something that's more aligned with your true, deeper purpose, your deeper desire. And when it shows up, then you will be aware that this is for you.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start with the rapid fire questions. So I'll ask
I'm
you
nervous now.
no. So I'll ask you the question, and you need to give answer in 2 3 words
Three
max.
words. Okay.
3 2 3 words max, 4 or max 5, not more than that. Okay,
Okay.
it should be shorter.
Okay.
Okay, so have you ever manifested anything that comes true in recent times?
Okay, can you repeat the question because it was breaking up?
Okay, so the first question is, have you manifested anything in recent times that comes true?
Every week there's something that shows up.
Okay, okay. So you are manifesting every week almost, and it's coming true. Wow.
Every day, almost, I would say. There's it's a regular occurrence in my life when I'm meditating regularly and practicing.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay, okay. So next second question. What is the most common misconception about manifesting prizes and luck?
And love. So let's separate them. So prizes is it's that it's uh, that it doesn't take effort. So you need to have some type of structure. Okay, there has to be a system. The more that's way more than 3 words.
It's
Um,
okay. It's okay. Please go ahead.
make make more submissions for prizes. Okay,
Okay.
make more submissions. So use the odds in your favor. Okay, use um, um, uh, local contests are going to be easier to win than
Mm-hmm.
contests where there's a billion people that are joining.
Okay. So with manifestation, we should focus on the local contests, right? Initially, and
For
later we can go for the bigger ones.
Yeah, for prizes. So do the things
Hmm.
that you have a bigger chance at. Okay,
Yeah.
because those will
Okay.
give you more success, like the school, at school or at work, or and buy more tickets, or make more submissions. In North America, you don't have to buy a product in order to enter a contest. So read the rules and enter as many times as you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's great. Okay. So the next one. If you were supposed to manifest one thing right now, what would you manifest?
Hmm.
Okay, tick tick one.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a very just one thing right now today. Let's say um, I manifest a. What would I manifest? That's a really good question. I don't know what I would manifest. So many things are happening. What I
Just
would
name one.
manifest. Okay, I'll. This is what I'll manifest is uh, one of our uh, instructor candidates um, has given. Um, hmm, okay, so to the boy that the instructor candidate has, to the two boys that were abandoned by their mother a month ago, um,
Okay.
that I heard about yesterday, is that their mother shows up and provides these boys some closure.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is the thing that you want to manifest right now.
Yeah, that's
If
what I would. That's
you
what
are
I would put my energy on.
great. Okay. So the next one is, what's one daily practice you will recommend for a Silva Method enthusiasts?
I think you can answer that. Meditate.
Meditation. Okay. So the next one, a quick success story using Silva Method manifestation technique.
So the one that we like the most is. I'll give you a different example. Yeah, I'll give you that one. So we wanted to have a um, in Toronto. Toronto is on a lake. There's a very large lake called Lake Ontario, and we like being in that area. It feels like you're in a cottage, right? And we
Okay.
wanted to. We've been looking at a house there for 7 years, and the prices of the houses were getting higher and higher, and it was like it's not really for us. And then one day we walked down like we usually do, and we looked we looked at some listings, and there was an apartment there that was really cool. We never thought of having an apartment. And we went in and we visited this apartment. The real estate broker walked in and we saw this apartment and it was perfect. Okay, it was perfect. And when we went to pay for it, we paid cash, and we paid some. We put some money on a mortgage. And when we paid the mortgage, yeah, that's how it was. There was a certain amount of money that we could use.
Okay.
And the amount of money was exactly the amount to the dollar that we needed to pay off the other 50%. And this cottage, this apartment has been our retreat. This is where we go down to the lake. We share it with people. It is such a wonderful place for us that we would never have imagined this place if we didn't stay open to accepting something different than what we had in mind.
Okay, that means with manifestation, we should always being like open to accept anything. Like we should give it a try. Everything that will come to us, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
be open.
So then, yeah, the next is what is the weirdest thing happened with you while manifesting?
Okay. So the weirdest thing I manifested was after a meditation retreat, I came home and I was between jobs, between consulting jobs, and I didn't call anybody. I didn't, contact anybody. And the first day I went into the office and said, okay, I'm going to start to look for jobs. So I meditated quickly. I just said, okay, I'll just take 5-minute meditation. And I meditated and one name came to mind. So I sent an email, or I called this person and he says, oh, it's a great thing that you called. Yes, there is a person who I was talking to who wants you to work for him. This is my last day in this job, so I have to make sure that I transfer that, that message over to this guy. The same day, this vice president of this company calls me and he says, hey, exactly, I want you to come out and I want you to do the work that you did for the other company. I said, okay. And the next week I was on an airplane flying out to Vancouver. That was the weirdest, the quickest manifestation ever. It was all it took really was, that centering myself. Okay, what do I do now? And then act.
Okay, so that means quick manifestation also works, right?
It works if you're in the zone, if you're practicing meditation, right? You're practicing regularly. I had just come back from a retreat, so I was even more calm than usual, right? And that's an
Yeah.
essential part is practice regularly, every single day, twice a day, 3 times a day.
Yes, and like people can practice from wherever they want, right? Like
Yeah.
not necessary to be in a home or to a peaceful area or something like that. They can practice while traveling in car as well.
Well, I hope not if you're driving.
No, yeah, definitely. That's great. Yeah. Okay, so the next one. What do you think is behind fulfilling the desires that we manifest? God, universe, or anything else that you want to include here?
Well, it's the law of attraction. Everything in our lives is a result of the law of attraction, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. If I'm
Okay.
complaining a lot, I hate this, I hate that, I hate my job, I hate my wife, I hate my girlfriend, then you're going to get more of that negativeness in that relationship. If you say,
Okay.
I love my wife, I love my girlfriend, I love my job, I appreciate the people here, I like the neighborhood I'm living in, I like the trees, I like the birds, you're going to get more things that are going to give you that joy, period.
O- Okay. So it's not God who is doing wrong with us. That whenever like something happens wrong with us, we tell God only, right? That why God, why this thing happened with me only. It's only us who is bringing the negative thoughts or bad things with us. Is it right?
We create our own reality. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't want to talk about karma or anything. I don't think this is the place for that. But we create our own reality. So there is a system.
Mhm.
There is an intelligence which has created a system, the system of cycles, the way things work. And the way things work is you get more of what you think about, period. You lower your resistance. When you feel good, you get more good. When you feel bad and angry and upset and all that, you get more of it. That's just how it works. That's how the rule. That's the system. That's the rule. You know, it's true for any sport, any job. If you yell at your boss every day, what's going to happen? He's going to fire you, right? If you tell your boss he's great, what's he going to do? He's going to love you.
Yes.
That's how things work. So we want
Yeah.
to be aware of how things work, what the rules are, right? It's a game. Life is a game. Learn the rules of the game, and manifestation, i.e., whatever you focus on, you get more of.
Hmm.
That is manifestation. That is the law of attraction. Okay.
So the last question is three Silva Method techniques that one should use, or people should practice to win lottery or prizes or something like that, or any ever contests.
Yeah. So meditation, right, is that's not a technique, but it's part of the system.
Yeah.
You want
Hmm.
to meditate. So everything begins with meditation. You want to get the mental house cleaning, right? Make sure that your belief system is aligned with what it is that you want. Okay.
Hmm.
You want to practice the mirror of the mind technique so that you can visualize and see yourself and experience the outcome that you desire. And practice any other technique that comes easily. Why? Because any of the techniques, whether it's memory pegs, what it will do, it will create this ease, this playfulness of the system, and you will start to get an outcome. Whatever system, whatever technique that comes easily that you like, and practice it regularly, that means every day, and you will start to see more successes. And the more successes you see, the more benefits you will get, and the more benefits you will get, the more you'll trust the system, and therefore you'll get bigger
Yes.
results.
Yes. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Stephen. Like I should, I should have given or providing you this. I think this rapid fire questions before, we will start our podcast, so that you can have a look on this, and then later on we can discuss. But it was fun. I think it was fun. To
Good.
throwing the question all of a sudden. It was fun. Okay. So, Stephen, when is your next seminar?
So the next course is in Toronto in September 14th to the 17th. And
Okay.
then we have online courses in October. And then we do another course in Vancouver, Canada in January 2024. And then we do another one in Toronto in February 2024.
Okay.
What we are doing a little differently than other instructors or other countries is we want large groups of people, because what we know from Jose Silva and from the experience that I had when I took the course the first time in Budapest was that there were 850 people in the room.
Oh, wow.
And when there's so many people in a room, then the power, the the depth of the method, the integration, and the mirror neurons of each one of our brains is communicating with each other. You have so many people in the room in an alpha state focusing on the same thing.
Hmm.
It's a mind-blowing experience. And what we're doing is we're increasing the size of the class. So we want more people in because it benefits the student. It's like accelerating the benefits of the program, 10, 20 times.
Okay. Okay.
So live in-person meditation in larger groups is more effective at deepening the knowledge and the techniques um, in a shorter period of time.
Okay, 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 fine. That's great. Then I'll put the description box links for your most recent class bookings, and also I'll mention your website as well in the description box, so that people can go ahead and check it out. Also, I'd highly recommend to visit his YouTube channel, as I stated in initial part of our conversation. Do follow, do subscribe to both Stephen Dabu's YouTube channel and also Silva Method Official as well, to get more and more amazing things, amazing contents, and uh, benefits, I'd rather say benefits, throughout the conversation. And I'm pretty sure that whoever is having any reserved or conservative mindset will definitely gonna get help throughout our conversation, and will get more and more help with further conversations and from our YouTube contents. Thank you so much, Steven, for giving your wonderful time. It was a great fun,
Thank you. It
speaking
was a
with.
pleasure, and it was an honor to be part of this. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
sure, most welcome. Yeah, have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.